Hello friends, when I say async, the most of the developer think about the background jobs. But async is not only for the background jobs. Async is more than background jobs. With the help of that, you can uh, better performance of your Rails application, make your Rails applications better and faster. So the first one, which is background job, which is obvious one, which you are thinking about. The second one is the DB query. Have you used load async ever before? Have you used action cable before? The name of the async. I guess the most of you only used till the date background jobs. But async is not only for the background jobs. It can also handle your file deleting and uploading or with the help of purge data. It can also handle the streaming real-time response when you are downloading the CSV file. So you don't need to wait a while. As soon as response is generated, it can stream that response. So async is bigger than background job. So they talk to the database, they can also upload a delete file, they can send the emails, they can broadcast real-time updates. So when next time you think about, don't think async is equals to jobs. It's more than that. So the first thing and obvious thing which you think background job. The second thing is async database query. So what is different between load async and without load async? Let me explain you this in the better way. So when you run the query, the normal query, post where publish true, post where view greater than 100 views, and the 7 days before to till date post. So these are three queries, one, two, and three. When I run this query, this will be run sequentially until this response will not come up. This will not run, and until this response is not come up, the third one will not run. And at the end, the total time will be sum of these three query. But when I use async, let's suppose I just put async at the end, load async here in the all third three queries, I just put async at the end. So what will be happen? The instantly three query will triggered, and this all run in the parallel, not one by one, in the parallel, and the query overlap time is 210 milliseconds. The parallel time, the first query will not wait for the second query, and second query will not wait for the third query. All these three query are run in the parallel in the background. So that is the benefit of the load async. Load async do not wait for the next query or the query just before that. It will run in the parallel. That is the benefit of the load async. Think about the larger database, think about the largest query, how much time you can save with help of the load async, and that's how you can use that. So that is the most important part of the async using the database query. So if you don't use till the date, start using it. Streaming response. Suppose sometimes the best async is start sending data before you are finishing and preparing it. So there is a large CSV you are generating, and the let's say only 100 rows are generated, and you have to generate 1 lakh rows. So user does not wait for the 1 lakh rows. You can just stream that first 100 rows, and then next 100, next 100. In that way you can stream that response on the client side. Handling the active storage, the purge and the purge later. What will happen with the purge and the purge later? Let me show you the real example. Handling the active storage, the purge. There are two methods I have created, purge and the purge later. So here I use async, and here I do not use async. This will run immediate, and this will run in the background job later. So how it will be, let me show you. So let me create two records first. So I'm creating two records, the first one and the second one. If you check, there is one background job which is running on the create. I have created one background job on create because my requirement is to, when image is uploaded, I have to resize that image and then save it. But resizing will take a time. If I do it on the API call, the API will take much time, which is not good for user experience. So what I have done, I have created one job. It will take time. So I just put this logic in the background job, and as soon as this job is completed, at the client end I'm broadcasting. So it will update real time without user refresh. So user will know, yeah, it's processing in the background, and when it's done, the message will show at the front end side. And now let's come to the main topic, which is purge and purge later. So when I do purge, so I have created two records, 21 and 22. So let's first purge, then purge later. So let me run 21. Before hitting the API, let me clear the log for you. So you can see it's immediately deleted. Purge start, it just start purge. And let me now purge later to 21, 22, sorry. So you can see it's not start immediately, it's performing. It's enqueued first, then it will delete it. It first enqueued. So in that way we can use async. and that is the best practice. Instead of putting a load on the server, maybe at a time hundreds of users are deleting the files. It does not mean to perform at the same time. We can put async there, purge later, and it will be execute as soon as server is get free. So in that way we can increase the performance of our server. Now let's come to the main topic, which is purge and purge later. So when I do purge, so I have created two records, 21 and 22. So let's first purge, then purge later. So let me run 21. Before hitting the API, let me mindset a shift. When think about async, don't ask can I put this in the job. Instead of that, ask does it make my database faster? Does it help in my queries? Does it put the real-time features? Does that can be used in the chat feature? So in this video we have covered background job, async query, real-time update. I partially show you but not fully, and for streaming I also not show you fully. For that I will create one separate video with Rails 8 new feature, broadcast and stimulus. So in this video we have covered background job, async query. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.